Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Storytime. It's so good to see all my friends this morning. Hello, and how is everyone today? I know, is it a little bit warmer today? Maybe just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. I know it's pretty chilly here in the library still, so hopefully you are all staying warm and cozy at home. Yeah, I know, got to rub those hands and warm up. Well, let's see who's all here today. Let's see who is here with me. And who am I again? My name is Lynn or Miss Lynn. Either one works for me. And I'm here at the Sun Prairie Public Library in the Storytime room where I am all by myself. So I don't have to have a mask on because I'm here all by myself. Yep. Nobody else is here with me. Yeah, let's see who's here. Oh, good morning, Audrey Mabel. Hello, how are you today? It's so good to see you today. Good morning. And good morning, Ben and Alex. Hello, how are you today? How are you? Good morning. And good morning, Hannah. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. And good morning, Allie. Hello, and how are you today? It's good to see you this morning. Good morning, Teddy and Ellie. Hello, and how are you today? It's good to see you this morning. Good morning, CJ. Hello, and how are you today? Good morning, Ophelia and Oliver. Hello, and how are you today? Good morning. Oh, and good morning, Adam. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you this morning. Oh, good morning, Colin. Hello, and how are you today? It's good to see you this morning. And good morning, Ophelia and Oliver. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you this morning. Good morning, Sienna and Mara. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you today. Oh, I love seeing all of my Storytime friends on Tuesday morning. It's so good to see you. Yeah. Well, how about we do the Storytime song and get us all warmed up for Storytime? Ready? It's story time. It's story time. Are you ready for story time? No. First, you gotta shake the wiggles out of my toes, out of my fingers, and out of my nose. Then I look around for my special place, and I sit right down with a great big smile on my face. Good smiles. Then I stick my legs out in front of me. I cross them like a pretzel. 1, 2, 3. It's story time. It's story time. Are you ready for story time? No. Then I give a little giggle from down inside. I open my ears and my eyes so wide. I sit real still. You can't hear me because I'm as quiet as a mouse. I'm as quiet as can be. It's story time. It's story time. Are you ready for story time? Yes. All right. We are ready. Well, you know what? Today, we are actually going to talk about something that was this last weekend because, I know some of you celebrated maybe Valentine's Day. There was another holiday too. It's called the Lunar New Year. Now, some of you might have heard it called Chinese New Year. It's actually called the Lunar New Year because it's based on the moon. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Now, one of the colors that is associated with the Lunar New Year is red. Yeah, so I've got a red shirt on, just like Valentine's Day. Yeah, lots of times you wear red with Valentine's. You wear red for Lunar New Year too. That's pretty cool. We're going to start with This Next New Year by Janet S. Wong and Yangsook Choi, read with permission from Farrar Straus Grow. You can learn a little bit about the new year. And it starts on a new moon, and it runs for 15 days. That's pretty cool. I've been trying to learn more about this really cool holiday that's celebrated by lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people. This next new year is about to begin, not the regular new year, January 1st, when we watch the Rose Parade and football games and make crazy New Year's resolutions, but the Lunar New Year, the day of the first new moon. I call it Chinese New Year, even though I am half Korean and my mother cooks dakguk, the Korean New Year soup. My best friend Glenn, who is French and German, calls it Chinese New Year too. even though he celebrates it at his house by eating Thai food to go. And my other best friend, Evelyn, who is part Hopi and part Mexican, says Chinese New Year is her favorite holiday because she likes to get red envelopes stuffed with money from her neighbor who came from Singapore. This next New Year is going to be good, the best year ever. I can feel it in my hands. They say you are coming into money when your palms itch, and my palms have been itching for days. My brother thinks it's warts, but I know that luck is coming because we've started early for once, and our luck is long overdue. Mother is sweeping last year's dust into piles so big, all I can figure is no wonder we've had so much trouble lately. I will move these mountains of bad luck off the floor and into the trash, brushing every last crummy crumb into my dustpan. One last piece of the porcelain vase that broke when the ball slipped out of my hand, gone. That river of leaves from the plant that died, even though I meant to water it soon, gone. The cricket I found one day in my shoe who made a good pet until he escaped. Oh, poor cricket, I looked for you. All that bad luck, gone. We are scrubbing our house rough and raw so it can soak up good luck like an empty sponge. And tonight I am washing my hair and drying it extra dry so it can soak up some good luck too. And luck can drip into my brain and come to my rescue at school. And I am cutting my nails and even cleaning the dirt out from the corners of my big toenails so the luck can squeeze itself in there and take me wherever I want to go. I am flossing my teeth so I will have something smart to say next time you catch me by surprise. I don't have the new clothes I need, but I have saved the cleanest ones I own for this big day, and if everything works, you can bet I will have new clothes soon. This new year, I am not going to jump out of my skin when we light the firecrackers at midnight to scare the bad luck away and wake up all the neighbors. I will be brave. I will not even hide my face inside the crowd during the parade when they light the long strings of firecrackers that pop, 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 pop all over the place. Cool. And all day tomorrow, Lunar New Year's Day, I will not say one awful thing. None of that. Can't do, don't know, why me? Because this is it, a fresh start, my second chance. And I have so many dreams, so many dreams. I'm ready now to make come true. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's his next new year. Pretty cool. Yeah. So did you notice? It's really cool. They've got lions and dragons, cool costumes in the parades. Yeah. You know, dragons are one thing that are often around in Eastern culture. And I want to take a look at some dragons. Oh, and good morning, Jeremiah. Hello, and how are you out there this morning? It's good to see you. Now, when we think of dragons, what kind of dragon do you think of? What color are they usually? Do you think of a purple dragon? Do you think of purple dragons? No, not purple dragons. Do you think of blue dragons? Blue dragons? No, not blue dragons. Oh, do you think of green dragons? Oh, green dragons. Do you think of a dragon kind of like this? This is kind of a friendly looking dragon, isn't it? Yeah. He's got wings, right? He flies around. He's got a tail. Got kind of a belly. Yeah. Looks like he could breathe fire. Yeah. This is the kind of dragon a lot of us might think of when we think of dragons, right? Mm-hmm. So this is one kind of dragon. Another kind of dragon. So these are called Western dragons. Another kind of dragon are Eastern dragons. Eastern dragons are skinnier. See, is he skinnier? This guy's kind of plump. Yeah. He's skinnier and longer. Does he have wings? No wings on this dragon. He's got different kind of horns. Yeah, he's got some tufts of fur. Yeah. And now, lots of times, Western dragons are shown as kind of mean and knights come and fight them. Yeah. But the red dragons are often shown as wise, very smart. Oh, blue and green. Do you think of blue and green dragons? Yeah. Red dragons. Yeah. So in our next book, we're going to meet lots of kind of dragons. And we're going to see how Miss Amy Wu, who's one of my favorite characters, and a book I read a while ago is about Amy Wu and the perfect bow, where she makes some bao, which is a food. She's going to make a dragon in our next book. And every one of her classmates makes a dragon that is blue or green, and they look more like this. But in her head, she keeps thinking about a dragon that looks like this. And she has to kind of figure out what's going on. So let's take a look at Amy Wu and the Patchwork Dragon. Oh, do you see some dragons on the cover? There's a red one and a kind of a golden one. And you can see this is a new book. That's pretty cool. So Amy Wu and the Patchwork Dragon by Kat Zhang and Charlene Chua. Read with permission from Simon & Schuster. Ooh, does that look like a skinny dragon maybe? I think so. Oh, do you see blue and green dragons there? Mm-hmm. During story time, Ms. Mary reads Amy's class a book about dragons. Oh, looks like a good book. Dragons that hoard treasure. Dragons that blow fire. Dragons that fight knights in gleaming armor. Afterward, she tells everyone to make their own dragons. Make them special, she says. Make them yours. Sam draws a dragon with enormous teeth. He crafts the wings from postage stamps. Willa sculpts a dragon with a big fat belly. She strings daisies for the tail. Amy paints a dragon with a long, thin body. It has horns like a stag and claws like an eagle. Are you sure that's a dragon? Asked Sam. It doesn't look like a dragon, adds Willa. Amy says. Maybe they're right. Amy scribbles with her pencil and doodles with her crayons. She glues beads to the paper and some to her hair. Bits of dragons emerge. Dragons with shiny green scales. Dragons with leathery wings. They look great. They look just like the dragons in Ms. Mary's book. But none of them work. None of them feel quite right. These dragons are not the dragons Amy wanted to make. Time to clean up, says Ms. Mary. I'm not done, cries Amy. The rest of the class put their dragons on the show and tell table, but there's nothing from Amy. Nothing at all. Willa and Sam come over after school, but Amy can't even smile. Oh dear, says Amy's grandma. Why the sad face? So Amy tells her. Her grandma gets a twinkle in her eye. Come, she says, let me tell you a story. She tells them about the dragons that bring down the rain. Dragons that are wise and just. Dragons that fly without wings. Amy runs to the attic. She remembers where she got the idea for her dragon. She pulls out something yellow and red. Something with a big fat snout and golden horns. A dragon, gasp Sam and Willa. A dragon, agrees Amy. Amy's grandma puts on the costume's head, and Amy puts on the tail. Together, they dance down the attic steps and roar through the house. Maybe you can bring it to school, says Sam. Please bring it to school, begs Willa. Says Amy. She thinks about the dragons in Ms. Mary's book. She thinks about the dragons in Grandma's story. Bringing this dragon to class would be great, but there's something missing. Something to make the dragon Amy's. After Sam and Willa go home, Amy begins to plan. She shows her sketches to her family. Will you help me? She asks. They measure out fabric and cut it to shape. They carve a cardboard frame and fasten the cloth. Amy knots together 3 silk scarves. Then she adds some beads and some glitter and a little more glitter, just because. Ready? Asked Grandma. Amy takes a deep breath. Ready, she says. Amy comes to school with a big paper bag. The other children gather around. Is it your dragon? Asks Willa. Show us, cries Sam. Amy puts on the dragon's head. She invites Willa and Sam beneath the dragon's tail. Together, they dance through the classroom and roar between the desks. Everybody cheers. Ms. Mary laughs so hard she can't even breathe. Amy's dragon is red and yellow. It has a big fat snout and golden horns. It has enormous green wings and a tail of 3 silk scarves and beads and glitter. Lots of glitter. It works splendidly. It feels just right. It is exactly the dragon Amy wanted to make. And at the end of this book, it tells you more about making your very own dragon and a little more history about Eastern dragons and Western dragons and how they are different. Yeah, can you see how they look different? There's the Eastern and there's the Western. That's pretty cool. And Eastern dragons are very important in culture. I really like that one. I thought that was really cool. And it's a brand new book. Yeah. All right. Well, it just so happens that I have some dragons on my board here. Look at that. How many dragons do you see? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 red dragons. Can you show me 4? Show me 4 on your fingers. All right. So we've got 4. Let's count them down with our fingers. Ready? 4 red dragons dancing around a tree. 1 danced away. And then there were, how many? 3. 3 red dragons dancing around you. 1 danced away. And then there were how many? 2. Yeah. 2 red dragons dancing in the sun. 1 danced away. And then there was how many? 1. 1 red dragon having lots of fun. She danced away. And then there were none. Oh, good job counting. Give yourself a big round of applause. Yay! Good job. And I love Amy Wu too. I am so glad you do as well. And you know what? If you really love this book and want to read it again, you could place it on hold if you want, or you can put in a librarian's choice request and add this book to your librarian's choice request. Now, if everybody requests it, we can't give it to everybody at the same time, but we could put you on hold for it. Okay. Oh, now let's see. Like I said, remember Lunar New Year is why we say Lunar New Year. It's because Chinese New Year, it's not just celebrated in China, it's celebrated all over the place. Sometimes it's called something else too. That's what this one's about. 10 mice for Tet. So in Vietnam, it's called Tet is the name for the holiday. Tet. Can you say that with me? Tet. Yeah. This is a counting book with 10 Mice for Tet by Pegi Deitz Shea and Cynthia Weill. And illustrations are by Ngọc Trang. And what's really cool is this book has embroidery in it. And then embroidery is by Dean. And I did my best to say those names correctly because I like saying people's names correctly. And those are traditional illustrations from Vietnam. It's pretty cool. This is read with permission from Chronicle Books. I don't know if you guys can see the really cool embroidery through the video. I'm hoping you can. It's time for Tet. One mouse plans a party. 2 mice go to market. 3 mice paint and polish. 4 mice prepare a feast. 5 mice learn their fortunes. 6 mice open presents. Oh, do you see the envelopes? Just like we saw envelopes in our first book. 7 mice dance and play. Yeah, do they have a dragon costume too? 8 mice make music. 9 mice eat Tet treats. 10 mice watch fireworks. Happy New Year. Chak Mong Nam Moi. Yeah. And in the back of this book, it tells you all about Tet and more details about each and every one of those things. Lots and lots of things. 10 mice for Tet. Now, we have time for one more. We're going to tell in 2 places. I'm going to put my board up here. Need to move things around just a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot to show you. I've got one more dragon puppet. That doesn't look like any of the dragons that Amy Wu had either. But I like to show this one off, and I don't get to show this one off very often. Guess how many heads my 3rd dragon has? 1, 2, or 3 heads. What do you think? How many heads do you think my dragon has? Oh, he has 3 heads. Oh, and he's blue. Look at my 3-headed blue dragon. He's got wings. And I don't know where he would have come from, but I just think he's a pretty cool dragon. Yeah, my 3-headed blue dragon with big old wings and a big old tail. What do you think? Would he hoard treasure and fight knights? Or would he be kind and wise and give advice? I'm not sure. I really like him, though. Let him sit back down over here. Okay, our last story is about a girl named Ruby. Ruby's Chinese New Year. All right, by Vicki Lee and Joey Chu, and read with permission from Henry Holt. And we're going to meet all the animals in the zodiac because it's all based. The Lunar New Year is based on the Chinese zodiac, which is all these animals. We're going to meet them in this story to help us keep them straight. I'm going to put them up on our board here. If I can, there we go. Prop it up a little bit. Ruby's Chinese New Year. Every year, Ruby's grandmother came to visit for Chinese New Year. Together they celebrating, eating special foods and making drawings for good luck. But this year, grandmother was unable to travel. She would miss spending the holiday with Ruby. So Ruby made a decision. If grandmother could not come to Ruby, Ruby would go to grandmother. Ruby drew the most beautiful picture of her family seated around a table full of noodles, dumplings, fish, vegetables, and holiday sweets, a gift to her grandmother. She folded the red paper, tucked it into a red envelope, and slipped it into her pocket. Then she set off. Not far down the path, Ruby spied cat. Here's our cat. And rat. Oh, and here's our rat. There they are. We got our cat and our rat. Hello, cat and rat. I am taking a gift for Chinese New Year to grandmother. Would you like to come along? Yes, of course, said Cat. But how will we cross the meadow and the pond? Let's ask Ox, said Rat. She's so strong and dependable. And so Cat and Rat and Ruby continued on their way. Ox was walking along the path to the farmer's home. On her back, she carried packages of rice cakes and candies, sweet treats for the new year. Hello, Ox. Here's our ox. Called Cat and Rat. We are taking a gift for Chinese New Year to grandmother. Would you like to come along? I would be happy to, said Ox. Climb on my back. We will make the journey together. And so Ox and Cat and Rat and Ruby continued on their way. Before the group had taken 2 steps, Tiger and Rabbit bounded out of the bushes, streamers flying behind them. Hello, Tiger. Hello, Rabbit, said Ox. We are taking a gift for Chinese New Year to grandmother. Would you like to come along? Oh, yes, that sounds fun, said Tiger and Rabbit in unison. Here's our tiger and our rabbit. We're going to add those guys too. And so Cat took a seat on Tiger's powerful back and Rat perched between Rabbit's soft, friendly ears. Together, Tiger and Rabbit, Ox, Cat, and Rat, and Ruby continued on their way. They soon passed Dragon and Snake, who were making paper lanterns. Hello, friends. Where are you off to? Asked Snake. We are taking a gift to grandmother, said Tiger. Would you like to come along? Of course I would. Snake loved grandmother and was always happy to visit her. I will bring the lantern, said Snake. Will you come too, Dragon? Asked Rabbit. Of course, said Dragon, who was always ready for an adventure. So here's Dragon and Snake. So Dragon and Snake, Tiger and Rabbit, Ox, Cat and Rat, and Ruby continued on their way. As they walked along, Ruby saw horse and goat grazing in the meadow. Hello, said Dragon and Snake. We are taking a gift to Grandma. Would you like to come along? Yes, said horse and goat together. Well, first they gathered flowers from the meadow, and then horse and goat. Dragon and Snake, Tiger and Rabbit, Ox, Cat and Rat, and Ruby continued on their way. After a short while, horse and goat, dragon and snake, tiger and rabbit, ox, cat and rat, and Ruby reached the pond where monkey and rooster were catching fish for the holiday feast. And through the shrubs just on the other side, Ruby could see grandmother's house. With a leap and a bound, Ruby dove into the pond. She would swim to grandmother's. She was so close. What happened? Do you see? Oh no. What are her friends getting? Are they getting it for her? When Ruby finally reached the other side of the pond, monkey and rooster, horse and goat, dragon and snake, tiger and rabbit, ox and cat and rat were waiting with her card for grandmother. Oh no, cried Ruby. It's ruined. Everything is ruined. It's not ruined, crowed Rooster. We have fish, said monkey, and flowers, said horse and goat. We have lanterns, said dragon and snake, and streamers, added tiger and rabbit. We have rice cakes and sweets, said ox. And we have our family, said Cat and Rat, looking towards the house. As Monkey and Rooster, Horse and Goat, Dragon and Snake, Tiger and Rabbit, Ox and Cat and Rat and Ruby turned to look, Dog and Pig came racing out to greet them. They covered Ruby's face with kisses and tickled her until she shrieked with joy. The door opened and Grandmother appeared. Ruby, what a wonderful surprise, said Grandmother. I brought you a gift for Chinese New Year, said Ruby, but it's wet and ruined. Don't worry, said Grandmother. It will dry, and seeing you and your friends today is the best gift of all. So together, Dog and Pig, Monkey and Rooster, Horse and Goat, Dragon and Snake, Tiger and Rabbit, Ox and Rat, and Ruby and Grandmother laid out their table. Everyone was ready to celebrate Chinese New Year. Except for, who's that? Cat, who had fallen fast asleep. And at the end of the story, it tells the legend of the Chinese zodiac. And there's 12 animals, and you'll notice one of our animals up here is not in the zodiac. The cat is not there. Because in the legend of the zodiac, at the very end, Cat finished the race last. And he couldn't claim a spot. Just like in our story, Cat falls asleep. And he's too late. So he is not part of the zodiac. The cool thing with the zodiac, each year you're born, you get assigned to year of the whatever. So like this year is year of the ox. We just started year of the ox. I was born in year of the horse. So you can look up and figure out what year are you. It's kind of a fun thing to do. And, yesterday, Miss Sammy and Miss Melissa and I and Miss Jessie, we were all figuring out which years we were and reading up on us. It's just kind of something fun to do. All right. Remember, these are all the animals that are in there, except for Cat, not Cat. All right. Well, give yourself a big round of applause. Yes! You guys were great listeners today. Thank you so much for learning more about the Lunar New Year with me in Storytime today. All right. Couple of reminders. One is, remember, we've got the winter reading program running till the end of February through February 28th. It's not too late to join and log all your reading. Remember, you just did 30 minutes right now. So 30, 35, something like that. Go ahead and quick log it. You don't have to log each book. You just log 35 minutes. Easy peasy. And you can go back and log previous days, log them all in one shot. And if you've finished all, then you get to pick out a free book. Pretty cool. And we've got preschool program, or our programming to go bag right now is Dinosaur Fancy Nancy Tea Party Bag. So you can go ahead and request these through Librarian's Choice. And if you want, you can request books at the same time, so you don't have to place holds on books. We'll just go ahead and pick out books for you. So if you want lots of dinosaur books, or if you want princess books, or if you want books about being a dentist or whatever, well, tell us what you want. We'll get them for you. Pretty cool. Don't forget, we have Black History Month books going on. They go live on Mondays at 4:30 and Thursdays at 6:30, but then they can stay up for a while. So you can always go back and check those out as well. And tomorrow we also have Storytime hanging out with Miss Lynn. Tomorrow, Wednesday at 10:30 on the regular Facebook page, or on our the Youth Services Facebook page. So that'll be tomorrow morning. And I think that is all of our announcements. Oh, and there is Family Adventure Day coming up with Miss Sammy. She'll put the details for that in the chat. You do have to request registration for that from Miss Sammy. It is geared for elementary school kids. So if you do have an older one, go ahead and ask Miss Sammy some more about that. All right. We miss you. We hope you're staying safe and warm and healthy out there. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.